So Nafisa Collier returned tonight as the Minnesota Lynx faced off against the Indiana Fever. Though she's been out with injury for some time now, it seemed like she never left. She came back, scored 32 points, had 9 rebounds. Now, prior to her being injured, many people had determined she would definitely be the MVP for this WNBA season. Her performance was excellent. However, since being out, her team has stayed afloat. And during this time she was out, other players in the league, 2 players in particular, have been shining. One of them being Alyssa Thomas. Now, she currently holds the record for the most triple-doubles in WNBA history by a large margin. However, this season, Alyssa Thomas has secured 6 triple-doubles. That is something that has been unheard of in the WNBA. And then you have right here Miss A'ja Wilson. A'ja has been on a historic run putting up video game numbers. She is currently behind the great Diana Taurasi for the most 30-plus point games in WNBA history. Currently, she has 10 30-plus point games this WNBA season. Now, this is where the MVP conversation gets tricky. This season, when you compare A'ja Wilson to Nafisa Collier in their head-to-head matchup, Nafisa Collier has the edge, winning 2 games while A'ja hasn't beaten Nafisa's team at all. Nafisa also leads in more statistical categories. However, A'ja is catching up, and compared to Nafisa, A'ja is more valuable for her team. Think about it. Even with Nafisa being out with injury, the Minnesota Lynx have managed to stay afloat. If A'ja is no longer with the Aces, if she's out, they're through. Adding to this, as historic as Alyssa Thomas's season has been, in her head-to-head matchups with A'ja Wilson has always gotten the edge, and the Phoenix Mercury have not beaten the Las Vegas Aces this season. The Las Vegas Aces are also on a 10-game winning streak and counting. To me, it's going to ultimately come down to this matchup on September 4th when the Las Vegas Aces take on the Minnesota Lynx one last time. This performance between Nafisa and A'ja, to me, is going to be the determining factor on who gets league MVP. I understand Minnesota has survived in Nafisa's absence. However, she is still a great player and still sets them above all other teams in the league. That's why they have the record that they do now. But don't get it twisted. A'ja Wilson is coming for that MV4. I personally think she's more valuable to her team in the long run. However, statistically speaking, Nafisa Collier at this point in time has the better statistical edge than A'ja Wilson does when you look at them head to head. This is difficult. I think it's between those two right now, and I understand that Nafisa has been injured. I don't think that should be counted against her because she was having a great season beforehand. So may the best woman win. I can't wait for September 4th. I also can't wait to see what Nafisa is doing in the meantime now that she's back. What do you all think?